وينعقد نكاح المرأة الحرة البالغة العاقلة. The next topic is a very important topic. So this is about the guardian's role. Guardian's role. So it is required for a woman to have some guardian to mediate, for her marriage. Yeah. So a woman normally she does not, conduct her marriage. Normally her, guardian is the one who conduct marriage on her behalf. Yeah. And he is the one, his father, her father, her brother. Yeah. So her son in some cases, so they mediate, so they become wakil, they become, wakil of the go, and they convey to us her consent to this marriage. Yeah, because normally it is not expected to a virgin woman to say that I want to marry. Yeah, I agree to marry this man. So because of modesty, it is not expected. So here the wali, the guardian, he is required. And also, women, they are, they don't know the people, yeah, good and bad people. So here the guardian is the one who who can decide what is good and what is better, for his daughter, or sister. The other scholars, other Aima, all three Aima, Imam Shafi, Malik, Ahmad bin Hanbal, even our two jurists, two students, Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad, all of them, they says that the guardian's mediation, it is must. Without guardian mediation, a girl cannot marry herself. But only Imam Abu Hanifa, he says that if the girl is adult, sane, yeah, she is adult and she is sane, then she can conduct her marriage, yeah, with her statement, and there is no need for guardian. And the fatwa is on Imam Abu Hanifa's opinion. Fatwa is on that. So we still believe that an adult woman, she can, marry a person on her own. Okay. But the shart is that she should be, adult and sane. If she is minor, then the wali is required. Bil ijma, it means all the scholars says the guardian is required for little girl. Mean only marriage, not the. Okay. وينعقد نكاح المرأة الحرة البالغة العاقلة. So all these are descriptions for al-mar'a. Mar'a, a woman. Al-hurra, which is free, not slave. Al-baligha, who is adult. Al-aqila, who is sane, wise. So biridaiha, with her consent. Rida means consent. Yeah. Wa illam yaqid alayha. Yaqid alayha mean even though there is no wali mean guardian. There is no guardian, conducting marriage on her behalf. Yaqidu alayha. Aqada yaqidu mean making a contract, on her behalf. Bikran mean virgin. Yeah. Thayyiban means previously married. Any woman who is previously married and her marriage was consummated. So this is called not virgin. Thayyiba, it is called not virgin only. So this is a terminology. Yeah, thayyib is a terminology, means sometime due to fornication or due to prolonged waiting, virgin also loses her virginity. So that is a medical case. But in fiqh, the thayyiba is the only one who became not virgin because of marriage, because of consummation in a lawful marriage. Just keep this in mind. وَقَالَ لَا يَنْعَقِدُ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ وَلِيٍّ. Izn mean permission. Yeah, permission. Azan is something else. Azan is the announcement. Izn mean permission. Yeah. وَلَا يَجُوزُ لِلْوَلِيِّ إِجْبَارِ. For guardian, it is not permissible. Ijbar mean compulsion. He cannot compel an adult virgin. So if the girl is adult, there is no compulsion. وَإِذَا إِسْتَأْذَنَهَا. Ista'zana mean to seek permission. Mean guardian, he sought permission to go. Yeah, this is called ista'zana. The same word, izan. See, izan mean permission, and ista'zana mean seeking permission. Fasakatat, she remains silent. Sakata, silent. And aw dahikat, she smiled. Aw bakat, or she wept. بغير صوت, without sound. فذلك إذن. So this constitute izn mean permission. وإن أبت, if she refuses. Abat, aba means to refuse. So abat is third person feminine. Yeah, one woman refusing. Lam yuzawwijha. وإذا استأذن الثيب, the same, the previously married, go. فلا budda, then it is necessary. La budda means there is no other option, there is no alternative option. So it means it is necessary. فلا budda min ridaiha bil qawl. Translation. And وَيَنْعَقِدُ نِكَاحُ الْمَرْأَةِ, and the marriage of a woman is take place, it is concluded. What woman? Al-Hurrati, who is adult, who is free, Al-Balighati, and adult, Al-Aqilati, and sane. So such women's marriage, يَنْعَقِدُ, it is concluded, بِرِضَائِهَا, by her consent. By her consent means she will articulate her permission. She will say, I marry this so and so man. Yeah. وَإِلَّمْ, even if lam yaqid alayha wali, a guardian does not contract for her. Yaqid alayha wali, a guardian does not contract for her. So guardian is not required here. In Abi Hanifa, according to Imam Abu Hanifa, and the fatwa is on Imam Abu Hanifa's opinion. And then bikran kanat aw thayyiban, whether the girl, she is a virgin, bikran aw thayyiban, or she is previously married. So it doesn't matter, regardless of her status of virginity. What matter is she should be an adult girl. So yeah, so as long she is an adult girl, so she can marry herself. Waqala, and the two students, two jurists, Imam Abu Yusuf and Muhammad, and also the other scholars, Imam Shafi, Malik, and Ahmad, they also says la yanaqidu, nikah is not concluded, illa, except bi izni waliyin, with the permission of a guardian. Because there is a clear statement of Prophet, peace be upon him, that la nikaha illa bi waliyin, la nikaha illa bil waliyin. So they base their opinion on this clear, explicit hadith. Wala yajuzu lil waliyi, and it is not permissible for the guardian, ijbaru, to compel al bikr al baligha, the virgin who is adult, al aqila, and sane. He cannot compel her. Okay, yeah. Okay, how to seek permission? That is also a question. So if the guardian he sought permission from her daughter who is virgin, and she remains silent, so her silence indicates the consent. Got it? It is considered that she is agreeing, she has no objection. Similarly, if she if she laughs not out of mockery, not being facetious, she is not facetious, just she is laughing, so it is also considered the consent. Or another thing, if she weeps without sound, this is also considered a consent, a gesture of consent. Why? The Prophet, peace be upon him, said that as soon we get the clear wording from Prophet or from Allah Almighty, so we have to submit and we have to believe in that, even though the circumstances changes. Now the women, they are very bold and liberal, but we have to believe in Prophet's words, and we have to say, if there is a ghost, when she was when the permission was sought to her and she smiled or she just remained silent, all these gestures they will be considered a consent from her. In some cases, Fuqaha says, in some cases, if the silence is is doubtful, doubtful mean there may be she is not willing, and maybe because of some she is under pressure, or she is not showing her consent, and she just she prefers to stay silent. So in that cases, when there is some doubts, and the people, they consider that, they understand that maybe she is have some problem, so in that case the silence cannot be considered consent. So, and the people, they should not marry her in that case. Fuqaha also says this thing. وَإِذَا إِسْتَأْذَنَهَا الْوَلِي, and when the guardian seeks her permission, فَسَكَتَتْ, and she remains silent, أَوْ ضَحِكَتْ, or laughs. Laughs mean she is not being facetious. أَوْ بَكَتْ, or she weeps, بِغَيْرِ صَوْتٍ, without sound. فَذَلِكَ إِذْنٌ مِّنْهَا, then that constitutes, that forms permission from her. That is considered permission. So why is that? Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, he said all these things. وَإِنْ أَبَتْ لَمْ يُزَوِّجْهَا, but if she refuses, if she refuses, lam yuzawwijha, the guardian should not marry her. Got it? Because her consent is what does matter. Not the decision of the guardian, it matters. In the case of adult woman, her consent is matter. Yes. Okay. وَإِذَا إِسْتَأْذَنَ, that was all about the virgin girl. So the ruling differs from virgin to non-virgin. If we are marrying, if the guardian, he is marrying off her her daughter who is thayyib, mean who is previously married, and after that she got divorced, or the husband died, now she needs a new marriage. So if the woman is thayyib, then her response differ. So in her case, the silence is not sufficing. If the guardian asks her permission for marriage and she remains silent, so it is not considered consent. Why? Because Prophet peace be upon him said, Prophet peace be upon him said, if the sayyiba is asked, for marriage, she has to articulate her consent. Without articulation, it is not considered. Yeah. Why is that? Because the modesty level is different. Fuqaha says, they interpret that the modesty level for a virgin, it is different, and the modesty level for a thayyib, previously married woman, now she is experienced. Yeah, she is experienced, and now she can articulate. Yeah. وَإِذَا إِسْتَأْذَنَ الثَّيِّبْ, and when someone seeks permission, الثَّيِّب, from a previously married woman, فَلَا بُدَّ مِنْ رِضَائِهَا بِالْقَوْلِ, so her consent by speech. رِضَائِهَا بِالْقَوْلِ, her consent by speech. لَا بُدَّ, it is indispensable. Yeah. Okay, so here the case is that we said about the thayyiba, the ruling is different. And who is the thayyiba? Who lost her virginity because of lawful marriage. So what if she lost the virginity because of the fornication, or because of prolonged waiting? Yeah, so it is also considered that the girls, they lost virginity sometime because of menses. The menstruations. Because of menstruations, they lose the virginity, and sometime by a leap. So leaping, this also causes this. So we say that she is considered, although there is no virginity, but she is treated as virgin in ruling. In ruling means her silence and her laugh is considered a consent. Got it? Yeah. وَإِذَا زَالَتْ بَكَارَتُهَا, وَإِذَا زَالَتْ, and when her virginity has ceased. Zalat mean removed, or lapses. وَإِذَا زَالَتْ بِكَارَتُهَا, and when her virginity has ceased, بِوَثْبَةٍ, by a leap, أو حيضة, or by menstruation, أو جراحة, or due to any injury, or ta'nis, or due to prolonged unmarriedness. That is the meaning of ta'nis. Means she didn't get a groom, and she is waiting. So due to prolonged unmarriedness, she lost the virginity. فَهِيَ فِي حُكْمِ الْأَبْكَارِ, then she is in the ruling of virgins. Yeah. And I mentioned what is the ruling of virgin? Mean her silence will be considered consent. وَإِنْ زَالَتْ بَكَارَتُهَا بِالزِّنَا, and if her virginity has ceased by fornication, فَهِيَ كَذَلِكَ, then she is likewise. Means she is still virgin. Yeah, according to Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah. So here we have difference of opinion. If she fornicated, God forbidden, so now she is not virgin. But Imam Abu Hanifa says in ruling she is still considered virgin. Yeah. And the Sahibain, they says that no, she is now a thayyiba. Means she has to articulate her consent while she is sought for her permission. She has to articulate. So the last case is that there is a contention, there is a dispute, argument between husband and wife. Means husband says to her virgin wife, and he says that my proposal has reached you, and you remain silent. Means you accepted that. Because of your silence, you accepted my proposal. But that is the claim by the husband. But the girl, she is saying, no, I rejected that. So whose statement will be considered? Yeah, will be relied upon. So the ruling is that the statement of girl, it will be considered valid, and we accept her call. Yeah. It has many layers, this case. There is a famous hadith. Inshallah, this hadith and this hadith will reoccur in many cases. So it's good to mention this here. It says that al-bayyinatu ala al-mudda'i wal yaminu ala man ankar. Bayyina means the testimony. It is upon the claimant. The one who claims something, he has to bring some testimony, some witnesses. Got it? To support, to reinforce his claim. And if he is not able to bring the witnesses, then the one who is rejecting his claim, the other party who is rejecting the claim, he just have to give oath. He just have to give oath. He say, by God he is a liar. Yeah, he is a liar. He just have to say, he just have to pronounce oath, and the claimant, the one who is claiming something, he has to bring the witness. Got it? So here in our case, who is the claimant? If the husband says to wife, my proposal has reached you and you rejected that, so he is actually claiming that there is a nikah between us. We are married. So he is claiming the marriage. So now he has to bring the witnesses upon that. Yeah, so if he has no witnesses, then the qadi, the justice, he will ask the woman, the go, he will ask, yeah, just take a oath, just take an oath that he is lying. Okay, that is the, the default ruling. Al-bayyinatu ala al-mudda'i wal yaminu ala man ankar. But in our case, specifically in the marriage, in the context of marriage, there is no oath. Just refusal, it is accepted. Only refusal is accepted, and there is no need for taking oath from the go. Got it? So that's why here we say that the statement of the go will be accepted, and we won't say to the go that to take oath. Okay. Yeah, this is confined to nikah only. Otherwise, in all rest of the cases, we ask the go to take oath. Yeah. وَإِذَا قَالَ الزَّوْجُ, and when the husband says to the virgin, بَلَغَكِ النِّكَاحُ, the proposal of marriage has reached you, فَسَكَتِّ, and you remained silent. Mean you accepted my proposal and there is nikah between us. But وَقَالَتْ, and she says, بَلْ رَدَدْتُ, rather I rejected. Bal raddattu, I have rejected your proposal. So there is no nikah between us. So she is denying her claim. So fal qawlu qawluha. So in this case, al qawlu, the statement is qawluha, her statement. Mean we accept her statement because there is no witness with the husband. First we ask witness to the husband, and if he is not able to bring, then we say we accept her qawl, her statement, and we don't say that give oath. Yeah, wala yamina alayha, and there is no oath upon her. Yeah, why? Because wala yustahlafu fi nikahi. According to Imam Abu Hanifa, no oath is sought in marriage. That is the opinion of Imam Abu Hanifa. There is no oath specifically regarding nikah. But the Sahiban, they says yustahlafu fi. The oath is sought therein. They say that there is no specification for nikah. Yeah, so here she has to take an oath. And in the Hashiyah, footnote, they said that the fatwa is upon the Sahiban's opinion. Yeah, in Sahiban's opinion. So that was our topic, guardian's role. Yeah.